Hey guys, so I have done the first part of the underglow lighting, so I am now just doing the rest of the connections on the inside of the car for the power. I'm gonna attach the switch. I'm not gonna put the switch in its place. I don't need to put the switch in its place for this to all work at this point in time. Plus I need to test it out and everything else like that, so I thought, hey, I'll just keep you guys with me while I'm doing the process. So as you can see, this is the other end of the light, which I'm putting these connectors on. This is going to then attach to this power cord. It's a bit tight in there. So basically, this is the control box, which has got the power cord onto it. Now that's basically going to attach the control box attached to this. Then the control box is going to go into the center console. So yeah, really in ways, it's pretty straightforward. But I know there's a lot of guys that actually struggle with kind of like the wiring and electrical stuff and all that kind of thing. So, you know, we're just going to like twist these wires as I've already stripped them. And then just to make it a little bit more substantial, we're just going to bend that over and give it a little bit of a squish. Okay. Get your bullet connector, the female end, and it should just go in fairly easily. A little bit of resistance because you want it a little bit tight, you don't want it too loose. That's it, a little bit, and that should just start to go in. Is that in? A little bit more, I think. Then basically when you look inside, you'll be able to see the wire kind of like just at the base, which is where you want it. So you want it as far as it can go. Obviously you want to make sure that the ends aren't too far in, otherwise the bullet won't go in on the male end. It won't be able to go in and sit right. So then you just get your crimping tool. You go into this part of the crimp. Do that a little bit, and then you've got to go all the way down for it to release. So give it a really good crimp all the way down to release. What I like to do with these as well is, after I've put all these connectors on, is just go over it with a pair of pliers, and then just give it an extra bit of a squish. It just gives that little extra sort of squash down. Just so it holds in just a little bit, like just a little bit more fast, because I have had it where these you squish them down and they come off, which isn't ideal. I think the only way around that was generally on the male end, but the only way around that really is if you make these slightly longer, these tails slightly longer, and then there's a bit in there where you can probably put a bit of solder in it, and then just solder the wire in there. That'll keep it like attached to the main casing. There we go. Job done. Right. And I've got one more of those to do. So this is quite it's quite therapeutic when you have a plan, you know the plan, it's not like all overwhelming. You know what you want to do. That power lead is going to be way too long, which is fine, because making it shorter is not the issue. Trying to make everything all longer and everything else is the issue. You don't want like loads of like different like pipes of connecting and everything else like that. So what you want to do is you want to have a nice continuity in the cable for well, basically for the signals to be passed from one end to the other. So you don't want loads of breaks in that, not really. It's like, think of it this way, as loads of having too many extension leads plugged into one another is not a good idea. So it's the same difference really. You just don't want to do it. Too much resistance, too much power, too much overload for that type. Now these are very low power anyway, so it's not like wouldn't be a main issue if you had like maybe a couple of linkages or something like that. But you want to kind of keep it as easy and as simple as possible. Like I said, this stuff shouldn't really be too difficult. If it is too difficult, it might be that you're doing something wrong, which then you should go back to the drawing board and just have a review of your process to kind of think, okay, why is it so difficult? Shouldn't be that difficult. Get it all the time. And here comes the rain, which is good job. I did the stuff outside of the car first because I knew it was going to rain. Weather apps always come back, they always get itchy and always say, oh no, it's going to be sunny or it's just going to be overcast. Well, I'm like, no, I knew it was going to rain. It did rain a little bit earlier, a little bit of cursing on my part, and it seemed to stop. So, hey, doesn't normally happen that way, but grateful it did. Right, so this is why I'm just going down there, just give it a bit of a extra squish. Make sure that holds in nice and firm. We don't want any loose bits. I didn't braze the end of these wires. I didn't feel like actually I needed to do that on this one. It probably would have been slightly counterproductive anyway. But I would normally, just to give it a better kind of connection. But these will have a good enough connection as they are. Right, that is that bit done. Okay, so that comes from the engine bay. It goes through the firewall, comes down behind the where the fuse box nut sits, comes down that part. So that is now ready to connect. But what isn't ready? This isn't what isn't ready, because obviously it's got to follow a path, so it needs to be slightly long. Does it need to be that long? Probably not. I can probably make something shorter because it will go, but by the time I've put it there, got it round, and it comes just to about the center console, so it just reaches the inside the center console. So actually it's not too bad, because this is going to come, so this is going to come through the other side of the center console, and it might just be big enough. I think I might just have made that big enough, which would be good. I think it's just, so I've got to take two side panels off, which I'll show you. Two side panels here and here, so they just pull out. This one wire's going to come out of this part here somewhere. It's going to come through there somewhere, just probably under there. The other wire's going to run probably in behind here, and then they're going to connect in there somewhere. That's the plan anyway. Same on the other side, just work out about the power. So that I want to run way through. Can I get that through there? And then all that's sitting there. Because the other one's sat. The other one's just down in there, I think. I believe the other one's sat. I got it just to sit in there. And that came out. Right, yeah, I will be talking to myself a little bit, but the idea is talk yourself through it, and then you'll know. Right, just to show you that. So this side, I want it to sit in here, that little control box. I want the cable to come in and come through the other side. Now this centre console part should just pop up. According to my information, so that should be easy enough when it comes to that point. But there is space. There is space under here to kind of get everything through, which is good because I can now go ahead, tuck that in there. What I don't want to do is I don't want it to get snagged underneath, you know. Just feel your way, just feel your way through a little bit. You? Yes. There's you. Keep feeding. There you go, and then you come out there. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Come out exactly where I want it to. And then, if I wanted to, I could just have tuck that up in there. Last time I had the cable coming out there, but then there was a slightly different makeup, I think. Why wouldn't you just, you should just plop in there. Maybe you can't. Just stopping that. Oh, okay. So we have you on there. Oh, so we'll be careful of you. Generally, you should fit nice. Oh, there you go. Just fits. There you go. Right. That will fit in there. That could stick out there. I might turn you around. Actually, now I know where you are likely to go. I'll turn you around. I'll put you that way. And you can just come down there, perhaps. That's only the RF. So that's only the RF, right? I just need that out just enough that I can get the remote onto that and then change what I need to change from the functions. Menu, can you go there? Yes, you can. Right, now that's in. Cable through the other side. Brilliant. Okay, right, so that's now in place. Next thing I've got to do is install install the power cable. Now the best way I can probably get this in, obviously I've made this completely oversized. I've got more of those other connectors, so I'll have to chop a connector off. I'm quite alright with that. That's fine. Because there is a switch on there as well. I can get that there. La, 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 la. Goes through there. Plugs into there somewhere. Where are we? Come here. Right, that is now plugged in. Good. Goody, goody, goody. Now, even if I leave this really light, because I want to test this, I want to test these lights out, just make sure that they're installed correctly. I haven't made any sort of faux pas with it. Can I get up and under there without being too annoying? That come through and into there. Probably could get up and over. Actually, is that the way that's going to go? Okay, right. I think, yeah, maybe I can get you up, kind of over there. With the other cables coming down, you're connected there, lovely. Oh, just pretty much the right size. Right, okay, so white to white. All the colours are the same, so I got the cables and all the wires. I bought them specifically because I had those wires in it, so I wanted them all the same colour. It's just easy to connect it. You don't have to. You really don't have to do that. As long as you know that that colour is going to that wire. You can use like different kinds of colours, insulation tape and everything else like that if you want to identify them. But it's important to know that you're getting the right bits together. Especially if you get any faults and you need to do any fault finding. It should be all right. Right, they're now connected. Now this is super duper long. Okay, where's the switch? That's the switch end. Now let's shorten this wire, because now I know kind of how long that needs to be. Pain. There's a pain. Let's separate you out. Okay, you're the main feed. Power feed. So, obviously, that's going to go to the ground. That goes to the power. That powers switch. On the switch, you'll have two lives. You'll have the power going in and the power coming out. Okay. And then that's it. There's no ground on that wire, so you only get two of these. So really, it's quite easy. It's quite an easy little setup. But what I want to make sure is that when I trim these wires, I trim them all to the right length. I just want to make sure that the remote that I found as well is the correct is indeed the correct remote. So I just need to untangle this. It's been half your life undoing this stuff. Right, okay, thank you. Oh, a little bit like kinky there, isn't it? My tape, my loom tape. Right. I mean, I'll probably cut that back. I think the reason I made it so long originally was I didn't intend on buying a extra fuse box. I didn't intend on that until I spoke to somebody in a hardware store, and they basically were like, "Oh, this is what I did," and I thought, "Well, actually, it doesn't sound like a bad idea." And then I looked it up, and it seemed quite an easy install, and I thought, well, yeah, actually, yeah, it's not too bad, because then I could just run that, and then plus everything else can go into the car. Any accessories would be easy enough to wire in. So on that score, I thought, yes, I'm quite happy with kind of like doing that. Plus, as well, you know, it doesn't matter about making it shorter. I can always make a cable shorter. Just put a couple of like more connectors in there, just to tidy it all up. But the main thing is that like I can get everything where I need it to go. I might need to make the hole slightly bigger in this panel. I've just got to be a little bit careful because obviously the panel's split. I might get a new one at some point and then just replicate the size of the hole. But you know, I just want to kind of keep that as much as I can. Obviously found the right remote for these lights. At this point, somewhere I've got the other end to this switch. Somewhere. Might be in the boot. Might be in the boot. But that goes to that. Let's get this. Let's test this. Let's test this out. That's gonna go into there, into a switch. It's gonna come onto that, which I have somewhere, and then it's gonna come run out there. It's gonna come running out of there. Into this. So really, I can probably get away with making this part that short. Because that's got extra cables on that. That's got extra cables on that. That's got to have extra length on it. Okay, I need that to be at least. I need the power source to be at least. Maybe. Come up, come in, come into there. Yeah, it's about that long. I'll make that long. Give it a little bit extra just in case. A little bit extra. Cut it there. Super. Right. Now what I do want to do is strip that. Got a bit cut off. Strip this down. Slightly thicker wire as well. That's the good stuff. So, right, I'm just going to go and get a connector. 2 seconds, I'll be back. There we go. Right, slightly different connector. This is a ring connector, so we're just gonna use one of these instead, which is not too. It's probably better to use that for the live. I would have rather a spade connector just because of the way the fuse box is designed. Now you can just slip on, slip off, without having to take the whole thing out. It's a little bit annoying that I can't get that. Reuse that one. I thought I had more. I thought I had more of those connectors, to be honest. Although I could come up with another idea. Yeah, that could work. So I could just take to keep that connector on there. What I could do is just we'll just do this. We're just gonna snip that one. Snip it off. Strip that. Snip that. That. I'll save this ring connector for another one. And then I'll get another connector and I'll join them up. That's what I'll do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Genius. Thought, just in case, I'll just bring the whole box of connectors, save me around back and forwards. Sensible man. Right, so I'm going to use one of these connectors, okay, just to connect those wires together. Do I shorten it even more? Do I shorten this even more? I'll take a little bit more off. I'm going to take that much more off. So I'll take that, shorten that wire a little bit more. Take that down there. La, 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 la. Get rid of that. Oh, I need that. Strip that down. And that. That'll be that. Right. La, la, la. Strip that. Get that one end. Okay, right, so that I am then going to just shorten that, bend that around to make it a little bit shorter, so it's like that, just in case you can't tell. Try and focus. Yeah, you get the idea. That pops into there. That's it. Well, you can feel that when you push it in. You know when it's more likely to make a good connection because you've got that little bit of resistance. So that is that. Squash that down. Gives that a little bit of a extra wang down. Thank you very much. And then we're going to put this on the other side. That's going to be too long, so we're just going to fold that over once again, just like the other side, exactly the same. And then we put that in there like so. I should just nice. Right, maybe not. There you go. I feel it goes. That goes all the way in as far as you can get it. Lovely. Now the insulation shouldn't go inside that gap, and there is like a little point where you can't go beyond on these connectors, so you can have a little bit of freedom with that, knowing that they can only go in so far, just to so that will just connect the other side, and then just all the way down like that, and boom, there you go. Right, so I've just made that wire a bit shorter. I want to keep that, connector for this. So that comes off the switch. However, now this wire is way too long. So how do I get from there into there and get the ground as well? The ground has got to reach its destination from there along into there. Now I have got more ground wire if I needed to make that longer, but the whole idea I should have more than enough. Let's get rid of that. Let's just work this. Let me just work this through a little bit. I'll go switch. And that will follow that. That will follow that. That will follow that. That'll probably come around somewhere around there. Come out, follow alongside there, going. I'll come back this way a little bit more, give it a little bit extra. Yeah. And I'll follow this side there. That's going to come up. It's going to come up through there. Probably. And there as well. Get to here. Inside, and it's going to come out like somewhere. Yeah, so I can shorten that wire, so I can bring that down. That goes to the live. There's probably still loads of this, probably still way too much on this, to be honest. I'll have to shorten that even more. But for all intents and purposes, that's going to come out in there and into there. And I'm just going to remove this for the time being. It's just going to go into one of those. I'll get a screwdriver for that, and a screwdriver for that. Put a ground in. I'll probably have to take quite a bit of that off. Quite a bit of cable I've got to lose there. But it's fine. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that. You come off. Screwdriver. Little screwdriver switch. Bob-om, bob-om. Right. Now before I get too carried away, I want to just make sure that at this point in the installation, it's all working well. I don't know how much of it I'm going to be able to see during the daylight, but hopefully bright enough. So, which fuse I'm going to go off? I'll go off this fuse here. This is the fuse I'm going to use. I've still got 3 of these in here, if like I can use. This is all flipping great. Right, before I put the live in, let's ground it first, and then we'll go with the live. As there is no switch installed, it should not just suddenly start working, which would be the great thing. It'd be bloody miracle if it did. Okay, we're bungering this one. I'm going to go into undo those screws and then just fit you up and under there. Nice and tight. Right, just show you what I'm doing. So, I don't know if you can see that. Right. Fuse box, ground wire, and then the live's going to go into this one. That's going to be my live. These are permanent lives, which is why I've got switches on that. Pop you back up there. Right, flipping heck, nearly an hour in already. Time flies when you're having so much fun. And there we go. Now that's now loose. Put that pops in there. Brilliant. Get you done up. This will tell me if I've installed those bits correctly. Right, so you're going that way. Yep, that's how you are. And then I will the mirror. And then I'm going to say on. Let's just have a little look, see. Hey! So, let's just see if they work the way that I'm supposed to make them work. As you can see, they are working. But I can see a little bit there, which I shouldn't be able to see. That's not a good sign. That's definitely not a good sign. I might have to drill these holes out because I shouldn't be able to see any light because of the lawman. Will come and take me away. That one's fallen off completely on the other side. That's not good. Good job I didn't drive anywhere today. But let's see. Red. Oh no, it's gonna rain. Oh no. I got this far. And now it's gonna rain. Right. I'm probably going to have to get that sorted out. Red, green, blue, white, orange, yellow, blue or cyan, ice blue and purple. Jump, jumpsuit. And 3, fade 1, fade 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Yeah, and they are working. They're picking up the sound quite well. That's good. Awesome. And bum ba da ba da ba da ba da ba da bum bum ba. Brilliant. Yeah, they pick up the sound quite well. I like it. Likey, likey, likey. Likey, likey, likey. Oh, sorry. Likey. Look at that. Boom, boom, bum, 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 bum. Obviously, that should not be on the floor. A little peed off, that is on the floor, but I can fix it. It's just about touching that. Everything else is in place, but now I'm going to have to make some holes in that bottom strip on there. And then that's where I'm going to have to zip tie in. But yeah, should be absolutely dandy. And then we're going off. So there we go, on. And then we go purple. And that's the colour. What's it look like from the front? Right, I'll get on with this.